Have you ever taken a break from someone you didn't actually want to be away from? No, Kelly, why would I do that? I'm not crazy. Okay, so what happened was... Hello, I'm Kelly Shanley, stand-up comic who spent 10 years on the dating apps in LA. I know. And these are my stories. Welcome to the Dating is Nuts podcast. This is episode 214, trying to take a break that you don't want to take. If you missed my last date with Dex, check out episode 209 to catch up. Or if you need to start from the beginning, head over to episode 201 and I'll meet you back here eventually. And don't forget to check out our Patreon. That's right, if you like the show, you can sign up to give financial support for just $7 a month. That's like one latte. Thanks to inflation. Yeah, that's like one latte. Anyway, head on over to the link in the show notes to become an OG Lover Nutter today. And shout out to Amanda Ritchie for becoming my latest patron. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, now back to the episode. Dex and I had been texting a lot since I moved back up to Tahoe. We were still technically just friends, as nothing romantic had happened, but I did notice myself checking my phone way more often. I looked forward to his messages the way I used to look forward to those tiny, carefully folded, handwritten with a gel pen notes that used to get passed to me during 7th grade math class. Remember those? Some of you do. I went back to LA in November, and Dex and I made plans to hang out. I really wanted to go out on like a real date with him, but LA was still very much locked down, so he couldn't have taken me out even if he wanted to. But instead, he invited me over to his place for dinner and a movie. We ordered burgers and watched The Interview. The food was good, the movie was silly, and the sexual tension was so thick you could have cut it with a bread knife. Yeah. Even though Dex was separated and his ex had moved out, I felt weird and guilty. I was in my head, which made my body all weird and twitchy, like a chihuahua in sub 70 degree weather. I could tell Dex couldn't get a read on me and did not know what I wanted. And as much as I wanted to give him a clue, I couldn't figure me out either. Finally, he asked if he could scoot closer to me. I said, sure. He scooted and put his arm around my shoulder. I was giddy, but also terrified at the same time. Breathe. It's just his arm around your shoulder. What is your problem? After a few minutes, he asked if he could kiss me. So sweet. I really, really wanted him to, but I wasn't ready. We had to talk first. Ugh. We had to talk first. Why? Why do I do this to myself? I took a deep breath and attempted to start the conversation that I didn't know how to have. I told him I was concerned about how soon after a separation it was, and I wanted to be respectful of that. I also kind of thought that he should be single for a while and date around, before he just jumped into another relationship. But if he was going to do that, I wasn't really interested in being one of many, so I would probably just wait until he got that out of his system. Yeah. But it all came out wrong. And it sounded like I was simultaneously demanding exclusivity from him while also not even letting him kiss me. Yeah. Psycho much? Yeah, not a good look. I want us to wait, but I also can't stand the thought of not being around you, which are direct contradictions, I understand. Also, I'm very afraid of being your rebound. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. We talked through our feelings and came to somewhat of an understanding. Maybe just let things happen naturally, no rushing or resisting, and promise to be honest with each other and check in if something doesn't feel right. Okay. With my neuroses sorted for the time being, Dex asked me again if he could kiss me. I was like, you still want to? That's great. I thought you were going to ask me to leave. Okay. But seriously. Finally, after a decade of knowing each other, Dex kissed me. And wow, okay, here we go. Whee! That is the kiss I've been waiting for, okay? Fireworks, butterflies, the nod of approval from my nether regions. And yet, I still couldn't get out of my head. My outsides super happy. Oh yeah, my insides absolutely betraying me. So I stopped the kissing before anything else happened, and I told him that I had to go. Yeah, I know. I have absolutely no chill. No chill. It's kind of embarrassing. All I wanted was to trust myself, but my mind couldn't stop whipping up scenarios in which this went horribly wrong, and my heart got trampled. I stayed in LA for a week, so I would see Dex again. But after our first hangout, I was such a mental hot mess that I had to consult all of my close friends. They were all in agreement that I needed to get out of my head, relax, and stop trying to control everything. Yeah, chill. Not my specialty. No. Just listen to your body. Get out of your head and listen to your body, one of them told me. Girl, I haven't had sex in almost a year, right? Okay, so you know what listen to your body actually means, right?
She needs to get laid big time.
Oh, yes, she did. Yeah. The next time I saw Dex, I was in a much better mental state. We ordered food at his place again, but this time I was determined to let whatever was meant to happen just happen. Go with the flow. Stop trying to control outcomes that haven't even happened yet. This time, when Dex kissed me, I let myself enjoy it. And then I let myself go upstairs with him. And then I let myself sleep with him. Good for me. Good for us. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that I hadn't had sex in almost a year, but oh my God, did it feel good to be with a living, breathing human man instead of my vibrator. Thank you, vibrator, for getting me through, but damn. That was a long time. I left LA feeling excited about Dex and whatever was developing between us in a completely non-labeled, pressure-free way, of course. Until Thanksgiving. Dex called me to see how my holiday was. I told him about my attempts to make a vegan roast, and he told me about his Friendsgiving. And then he told me that he had spent part of the day with his ex. And my stomach dropped. Not out of anger or jealousy, but out of fear. Fear of getting hurt. Fear of being disrespectful. Fear of interfering with something that was not yet finished. I told him all of these things and that I didn't think I could move forward with him if he was still that close with his ex. Not because he shouldn't be, but because it just felt wrong on my part. I told Dex that we needed to take some time off. He didn't necessarily agree with me. I don't even know if I agreed with me, but he understood how I felt and he respected my boundary. So that was that. We wouldn't talk for a few months while he worked out his divorce and sowed his wild oats or whatever. Ugh, I can't think of that. I held it together on the phone, but as soon as we hung up, I lost it. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave us a review, a comment, and tell your friends. Okay, seriously, if you thought of anyone during this episode, maybe someone you're on a break with who you'd much rather not be on a break with, send them this as a not-so-subtle hint. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just reach out and tell them how you feel. But then once you've reconnected, send them this. Yeah. I mean, obviously it helps me, but I genuinely hope that it helps you too to feel a little less alone on your chaotic dating journey. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and be sure to tune into the next episode where somebody will get the axe. I mean, metaphorically. I didn't murder anyone, just so we're clear. Anyway, I'm still Kelly Shanley, and I will see you next time, Lover Nutters. A stand-up comic who spent 10 years... Get on your bed. Bless you. The way I used to look forward to those handwritten with a gel. So Deck, what's his name? Dex. I was simultaneously demanding but I also don't want to not be around of you. Around of you? Wow. Okay. I want us to wait, but I can't stand the thought of not seeing you. That wasn't even close. Seriously, if you thought of... Are you sighing? The dog is sighing. Okay.